Howdy, I wanted to make a quick tutorial here on how to adjust the start and end time of your particle system. So we have this particle system here, one for the tracers and one for the shell ejection on this turret setup. So if we go to our particle system on the turret head here, and we go on to the one we want to adjust. So say we want it to stop shooting at frame 120. So we go to frame 120 here, and we go down to the render as, and obviously you'd have it on object or whatever you want it to render as, and you just put a keyframe on that, and you slide that to the frame before you want it to stop shooting. So there you go, and then on the frame that you want it to stop shooting, sorry, you gotta change it and then hit keyframe. And we can do the same thing with our shell emitter here. So we go to 119 and we render as object, and then we go to 120 and we render as none, and then we go say 150 and then we render as object again. And same thing with the tracer emitter, and it will retain all your settings here. So if we go ahead and have a look at what that does, you can see it stops it and then it plays it back again. Alright, another method I want to share on how to start and stop particle systems is you can manipulate the lifetime in the same way. So if we head here, I did a similar thing. On our particle emitter for the tracers, we see I set a keyframe on the lifetime for 50, which just is like the normal lifetime, and then you go another frame and then you keyframe the lifetime as 1, and if I spread these apart, you can see it's generating particles, but they're dying pretty much instantly. So if you're looking at this from far away, you know, it's a little bit harder to tell that particles are being emitted. But the advantage that this one has over the other method is that it will allow the particles that are already in flight to stay in flight. So once this system ends, particles will go in flight again. As you can see, it just starts and stops it. So same thing, you come to the end, you keyframe again for the 1, and then you keyframe for whatever you want your new lifetime to be, and they'll go off and do that. But if I were to show you here and put them close enough that you can see it, when we turn on and off the particle system in this way, it allows for the particles that are already in flight to stay going out there. If you saw that, yep. So with the other method, if you were to use the source method, or sorry, the render as method here, that will affect the particles that are already in flight. So if that's if despawning the particles that are already out there in the world is an issue, then you're going to want to use this other method here. Unfortunately, Blender's particle system is quite old, and you can see that just with this setting here is that the unborn particles, it literally has all these particles here. They're just like invisible to you because they're quote-unquote unborn. So hopefully Blender can do a rewrite of the particle system to make this a reality. And there's all sorts of bugs, like you can see as I'm panning along here, there's like random tracer particles shooting out the back. Like, what the hell is that? Anyway, hope that was helpful. So that's a simple way to start and stop your particle systems. I hope that was helpful. Have a good one.